Now for updates on sports stories from across the globe, Aaron Akirejola joins us this morning. Good morning, Aaron the Baron.
A very good morning to you today. I want to say it's a bright and sunny day here in the Gateway State, Ogun State. The National Sports Festival still heating up as I speak to you, and I must say kudos to all the athletes that are competing and competing fair. We must actually put that into context because certainly they've read the riot act talking about the National Sports Commission, and the main organizing committee of the National Sports Festival have actually read the riot act to those athletes in terms of competing and competing clean. And quickly, let's get into today's action. And it doesn't get bigger than swimming, I must actually say. And Doctor, this is to you. Ogun State seems to be blazing the trail with the governor, Prince Dakwa Abiodun, promising the athletes that win gold and bring back gold, 2.5 million naira, silver 1.5 million naira, and bronze 1 million naira. Certainly has buoyed them in the swimming competition. And I must say that Ogun State, two of their swimmers have actually won gold right in breaststrokes. Of course, let's start it off with Kolade Otula in the men's 100-meter backstroke. Otula did that in emphatic fashion, and I must say kudos to him and the rest of the Ogun State contingents who are doing so well in swimming. I must actually say that this is a competition that Nigeria hasn't really excelled in, and we've spoken about the competitive edge it gives to teams that participate in it because it's an opportunity for medals to actually pour in. Michael Phelps is the most accomplished Olympian in the world, all thanks to the fact that he blazed the trail in swimming. Swimming, you can win as much as 20 medals in a single competition or in a single festival or games. So let's see how that one actually goes. Away from that, also tennis has been hitting up nicely here, and I am saying that as it stands right now, we are looking forward to more because tennis just begun and we are expecting it to get into the business end. But before then, let's actually talk about some other things that are actually going on. At the moment, the main organizing committee of the National Sports Festival are complaining that there are too many, I will not call them ghost workers, but there are too many athletes that are not accredited and officials that are not accredited that are in the Games Village that is in Backup University, because at the moment they said that according to their list, 9,500 athletes are meant to be in the village. But when they did their count and they did their tally, 11,500 are being fed on a daily basis. So they want to go on a pruning and screening exercise to ensure that they actually cut down the numbers to as many as they can. As we actually get into the medal table, I must say that Bayelsa still blazing the trail at the moment. And I must say kudos to Team Bayelsa. They've held it for 2 days right now. And we're hoping that it actually continues in that particular faction, bringing in 16 gold, 6 silver, and 3 bronze as of 6 p.m. yesterday. More medals will be won today, and Delta are second, Osun's third, Rivers fourth, and Lagos fifth, or your sixth. Looking at some of the events that would actually happen today, let's talk about the fact that beach volleyball will be having the conclusion to beach volleyball today. So we're looking forward to that one. Quite interesting, I must say. Cricket would also be happening at the MK Abiola Stadium. Handball, swimming, then handball for the males, squash, volleyball, golf, boxing, kickboxing, would all be happening today. Now let's talk about the fact that athletics will begin warming up today for the weekend, and that is the sweet spot of the National Sports Festival, I must actually say. Now, moving away from that, just quickly, just to touch on some big news that are actually coming in. All right, congratulations have been pouring in, of course, being led by the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Diko, who has heaped congratulations on the Nigeria Football Federation's president at the moment, Ibrahim Gusso, and he has said, well done for clinching that particular seat as the president of WAFU B. We need to see more of administrators strutted out on the continent and on the global stage, because that is how we can bring administration, better administration, and more inclusiveness to Nigerian sports, and we just not being an island to ourselves. And the biggest news in the world of sports is that after huffing and puffing, having a rotten season, Tottenham Hotspur have a reason to smile, because in the Europa finals in Bilbao yesterday, Tottenham Hotspur beat Manchester United 1-0. And that is all that needs to be said. And Pochettino, after all of the backlash he's faced over the years, and his time with Tottenham Hotspur this season, he can say that he has done it. For the first time, they've won a trophy since 2008 and the first European trophy since 1984. Kudos to them. Manchester United officially have had their worst season in their history because their man Amorim has lost more games than he's actually played. The last time this happened was in the 1930s. What a shame. What a shame. How the mighty fallen.
Aaron, don't talk about it too much. You see, people like us were hoping that Man United will get something yesterday so that Dr. Abati will not be upset that much because we know he's a latent Man United fan. But things didn't go his way, so don't put pepper on it. Is it because you just barely qualified for the Champions League that you're not rubbing pepper and say since 1930 you are quoting history? Don't make it painful. So we know. It was a fluke goal that Spurs scored. Don't worry. Talk about it. The village people that are worrying Amorim, they will leave him alone, and they will leave him. Congratulations to Diko and Wafubi. He stopped showing the insert, stopped showing a trophy for Spurs. It's Man United we're supporting here. But also, my pain is, so what was now the logistics that was done on the accreditation of athletes at the sports village in Babcock? If there were supposed to be about 9,000, we are seeing over 11,000, then how did they admit athletes? I think these are the questions we should ask the local organizing committee. What was the process? How many athletes are we admitting in total at that sports festival? And why is it that the host states, we are not seeing Ogun State on the first three on the medal table? Please, can you help me ask questions for the local? Where is Ogun State there? Where? Bayelsa, Delta, or that's Ogun. Ogun is 3 now.
It's Oshun.
Is it Oshun? I can't see very well.
It's Oshun.
Oshun, God, Jesus Christ.
We're not in top 10.
Ogun is not in top 10?
No.
Jigbi, oh. What position is Ogun now, Aaron? They are hosting. Please.
Ogun State are not.
No.
Ogun State are not. We are hoping that this is a tonic to get Ogun State up there.
Change that S to G.
States like Delta, states like Lagos, states like Bayelsa have invested heavily in sports over the years, and they are reaping the dividends. So that's what I can say. We hope that this is the tonic to get Ogun State up there.
You know, Aaron, what was very welcome news to me is when I read that I believe 3 boxers came in from the United Kingdom to fight for Team Kaduna. Which I think is phenomenal, is yes. That, you know, we normally, of course, we do normally see international athletes coming in to represent Nigeria. But if we can get that international standard competing at these grassroots games, that also ups the ante and it also gets people more excited, the athletes themselves more driven because they're competing against people who have that international exposure, international training, and hopefully some of that can also be passed down. So for me, I think that was the highlight when I heard that. And then, of course, I'm a big fan of swimming since, you know, we are multiple gold medalists, Olympic gold medalists in Zimbabwe on swimming. So you guys are trying, you're learning work, you know, we can give you a few pointers, some notes here and there for Ogun State swimming to, you know, to come up. To come up.
It's a white woman, though. Not even black Zimbabwe, though.
Is it not Zimbabwe
white
passport
woman,
she's carrying? Thank you.
Coventry, white woman.
The medal is sitting in Harare.
Okay, very quickly, I think it's important that there is an audit of the athletes staying at the Babcock University hostels. You know, Governor Abiodun had made it very clear that Ogun State is a state of very hospitable people, and everybody should come and be part of the sports festival, and that people are welcome. Now, people may have interpreted that literally. Some people may have gone to Ogun State with their wives, with their girlfriends, with their children to stay with them at the games village, thinking that this hospitality, can be stretched, and they are busy eating free food. So the hospitality of the Ogun State government as hosts, should not be taken literally for granted. So there should be a proper audit. All those associated personalities that may be in Ogun State just to eat free food, not for sports. They should be properly accounted for. maybe some problem with the registration process. And this is the thing about transparency and accountability in Nigeria. The people are part of the problem, even where, government officials may fail. Now, quickly, as for Tottenham Hotspur, yes, congratulations to them, but particularly to Postecoglou. He had boasted that he always wins trophies in his second year. And people were waiting for him to say, well,
True.
Look at you. But this time around, he has proven it, and he has said, look, I'm a winner. I've done it. So he's won the Europa League. But however, there are issues in the club. A lot of friction in-house, a lot of injuries, a lot of disappointments. Before now, there has been talk that Postecoglou will have to leave Tottenham Hotspur. Out of 37 matches in this season, they lost 21. But he says, well, even if he has to leave, no problem. He doesn't know what the future holds. But what he has done with this Europa League trophy is that even if he has to leave Spurs, he will be walking through the front door, not through the back door. So that's that about that. As for Ruben Amorim, well, Ruben Amorim, yeah, very poor performance by Manchester United, the worst since 1974 season, and that's surprising. But however, he has the support of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, he has the support of the board of the club, and so he may not necessarily lose his position. We're hoping that for the next season, they will get strikers, people who can score goals, because they don't seem to have. The only person they have that can still score goals is probably Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, but they will need strikers who can deliver. Postecoglou, he was lucky. He changed his tactics. You know what they call angiball, attacking football, which made him lose and perform so badly in the Premier League. But he changed his tactics that day. After the very dull first half, during the second half, we saw a different Spurs. They were defending. They held on to that one goal that was scored. And people said, well, this is a different ball game altogether. But congratulations to Tottenham Hotspur. Manny Pacquiao, the welterweight world champion at the age of 40 in 2019. He went into politics, ran for Senate in the Philippines, he lost. Now he says he's back and he wants to win. He wants to be the welterweight world champion for the 5th time. The problem is that he's 46 years old. Well, I don't know whether that's possible at 46 to still punch so heavily, and whether or not his foray into politics will have affected him. But the board of boxing in Nevada has already licensed him afresh. He has passed medical tests. He will be back in the ring. Let's see what happens when Pacquiao goes back into the ring. Thank you very much, Aaron.